When Bailey first walked through our doors, you could tell she was a handful. Her energy was infectious, bounding ahead on her leash, sniffing every inch of the floor, unable to contain her excitement at the prospect of new friends and unexplored corners. She was a young golden retriever, her coat already gleaming with health, but it was her bright, eager eyes that immediately drew everyone in. Despite her charm, though, her wild nature was apparent in every bounce and bark. Bailey's family loved her fiercely, but their life together had become unpredictable. Daily walks turned into marathons, with Bailey leading the way, unheeding of gentle tugs or commands. Greeting visitors became a full-body experience of jumping, tail-thumping, and nuzzling, as Bailey expressed her affection with all the intensity she possessed. Mealtimes were a race against her own enthusiasm. Bowls didn't stay upright for long, and household belongings often fell victim to curious teeth. Her family sought help, not because they wanted to quash her spirit, but because they wanted to harness it. They yearned for a companion who could be their adventure partner as well as a calm presence at home. They wanted Bailey to shine, not just with boundless energy, but as a dog confident and comfortable in her own skin. And so, the journey began. The first days of Bailey's training were all about building trust. Commanding her attention was a challenge, with every sound and scent vying for her focus. Sessions started brief, peppered with praise for every small victory. A moment of eye contact, sitting on request, pausing at a doorway. Her tail wagged furiously with each treat, the connection between good behavior and reward slowly taking root. One of the first breakthroughs came with leash training. Where walk time used to mean Bailey tugging her family in every direction, the new method emphasized patience. Rewards were given for walking calmly at their side, for checking in with a glance, for sitting each time they came to a stop. It required consistency, but Bailey was an eager student. The world, once a source of overwhelming distraction, slowly became something she could explore at her own pace, guided by the gentle encouragement of her family. Impulse control was next on the agenda. For a dog as spirited as Bailey, self-restraint did not come naturally, but using games like wait and stay, and rewarding even the smallest increments of progress, the lessons began to stick. Mealtime saw Bailey sitting calmly as her bowl was placed down, waiting for the okay before diving in. Household visitors found themselves greeted with a polite sit, rather than an exuberant tackle. Every success was celebrated, reinforcing Bailey's growing sense of pride and accomplishment. Socialization played a key role as well. Bailey was naturally friendly, but learning boundaries around other dogs and people was crucial. Regular outings to parks, structured playdates, and controlled introductions helped instill the skills she needed to navigate a world full of new faces and smells. She learned to greet without overwhelming, to play without dominating, and to be part of a group without losing herself in excitement. Throughout this transformation, the bond between Bailey and her family deepened. Training was never about punishment, but about building communication and trust. Every command was an invitation to engage, every correction a gentle nudge back on course. Bailey's eyes, once darting and unfocused, now looked to her family for guidance and reassurance. She took pride in her accomplishments, and her confidence radiated from her in every interaction. One of the most remarkable moments came during an afternoon at the park. Where once Bailey would have bolted off after a scent or a squirrel, this time she paused, looked back to her family, and awaited the signal to explore. Off-leash freedom, something that had once seemed impossible, now became a reality, rooted in mutual trust and the hours of patient practice that led to this point. The transformation was more than just behavioral. Bailey's demeanor softened, her joy remained, but it was now paired with calm focus and a readiness to listen. Friends and family marveled at her progress, recalling stories of the old Bailey, the whirlwind who brought chaos wherever she went. Now she was the companion everyone had envisioned, not diminished, but elevated. The training journey also empowered her family. They became more than just Bailey's caretakers. They were her partners, her guides, her source of comfort and direction. The lessons they learned alongside Bailey became tools for every future challenge, a foundation for a lifetime of teamwork and understanding. Households thrive when communication is clear, and Bailey's home was no exception. Yet, Bailey's story is not unique. Countless families find themselves facing similar challenges, wondering if their energetic, willful dogs can ever become the well-mannered companions they dream of. Bailey's transformation stands as a testament to what's possible. With patience, consistency, and above all, love, even the most rambunctious dogs can become shining examples of balance and happiness. The lessons extend beyond obedience. Through training, Bailey learned to channel her instincts positively, to engage her curiosity in safe, enriching ways, and to approach new experiences with confidence rather than anxiety. The spark in her eye remained, but it was now coupled with a calm certainty that she belonged, truly and unconditionally, a member of her family, ready to face adventures together. What made Bailey's makeover truly amazing wasn't just the visible changes, but the way her inner world shifted. She gained self-assurance, moving through life with her tail held high, trusting in herself and in the people who cared for her. Her family discovered new depths of devotion, realizing that the work they invested in training wasn't just for their own benefit, but for Bailey's happiness too. Stories like Bailey's remind us that every dog is a work in progress. Behavior is shaped, not set in stone, and even the wildest hearts can learn direction without losing what makes them special. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards, daily, tangible, and enduring, are worth every moment. Bailey's new routine is a reflection of her journey. Mornings begin with calm walks, where the world is greeted side by side, moving as a team. At home, she rests peacefully, content in her place, never far from the people she loves. Playtime is full of joy, but always balanced with the knowledge that listening and restraint can bring even more happiness. Visitors are welcomed warmly, met with a gentle nuzzle and wag rather than exuberant leaps. Celebrating each milestone was key. No victory was too small. The first time Bailey waited patiently by the door before a walk, her family praised her as though she'd won a medal. The first meal eaten without chaos was an occasion for celebration. With every step, they reinforced not just commands, but the values of partnership, patience, and mutual respect. In the end, Bailey's makeover was far more profound than a surface change. It was a transformation that touched every part of her life and every heart in her home. The energy that once threatened to overwhelm became an asset, channeled into new pursuits, agility games, scent work, and long, laughter-filled hikes. The wild puppy who once ran unchecked became a trusted, loyal companion. For Bailey's family, the journey continues. Training is not a destination, but a path walked together. They know that challenges will arise, that there will be setbacks as well as successes. But now, they have the confidence to meet them all. With every day, their bond with Bailey grows deeper, founded on shared triumphs and the joy that comes from truly understanding each other. For anyone doubting what's possible, Bailey's makeover stands as an inspiring reminder. Every dog, with the right guidance and love, can become so much more than their challenges. They can blossom into the very best version of themselves, a living, wagging example of transformation, hope, and the power of patience. And so, as Bailey curls up contentedly at her family's feet, the once unruly dog, now the picture of calm and companionship, one truth is clear. Her amazing makeover is not just about learning commands, but about discovering what it means to be a family, working together, building trust, and unlocking the boundless potential that lies within every wagging tail.